Baby love.
Standing outside his house, Ryan took a deep breath. She closed her eyes to calm her down. It's been a while since she saw him. As long as she remembers, last time was when he came with his love Eva to take blessings of his parents and to introduce Eva to her. It's true, it pierced her heart that the one she loves has already given his heart to someone who is not her. But soon she composed herself. She was happy that the love of her life was happy. She has seen the sparks in his eyes when he was holding her hand, introducing her to everyone, telling everyone that he was committed now. Ryan was beyond happy and relieved when she saw Eva mirroring his expressions. It was indicating they both found peace in each other. That moment, Ryan knew she could never make him as happy as Eva could. She was more than happy to accept her defeat, because at the end of the day, her love would be as peace. Doesn't that a pure love want? Ryan rang the doorbell. Few seconds later, the door opened, revealing his mom. Auntie, Mom told me Taehyung has come, so I have come to see him. Has Eva also come with him? Dear, she hesitated. Ryan frowned, seeing his mom hesitating. What happened, Auntie? He's not the same, Ryan. She saw tears in his mom's eyes. A sudden fear engulfed her, thinking maybe he met with an accident or something bad. Is he in his room? Yes. She hurriedly went to his room. Opening the door, she welcomed with a strong smell of alcohol. Her restless eyes immediately found the person she was longing to see. Who? Came a slurry voice. Her eyes got wide in seeing him like this. Drenched in alcohol, he was looking like a living corpse. He turned his face towards her. Suddenly his face lit up. You came. Clumsily standing up from the floor, he went to her. Touching her face lovingly, he said, You came, Eva. I knew you would. Hearing Eva's name, Ryan's eyes got moistened. He engulfed her in a tight hug. I missed you so much, Eva. I am Ryan, Taehyung, not Eva. I knew you came. You can never leave me. They lied. I am not Eva, Taehyung. I am Ryan. Ryan. Like a thunderstorm, he realized it was Ryan. She immediately parted away from her. He sat on the floor after drinking his alcohol. Ryan knelt down in front of him and asked, What happened, Taehyung? You never touched alcohol? Then it's making me forget the reality. Wiping her tears, she continued, What happened? You know, right? Eva doesn't like drunkards. Hell, she even doesn't do their treatments. When she will see you like this, she is never going to come, Ryan. What are you saying? She loves you a lot. Whatever argument you both had, she was not going to remember it for long. You know, right? She is such a short-tempered girl, she said, recalling the time she spent with Eva last time. It's not because of any argument, Ryan. She left me for forever. You're too drunk to think straight. Give me her number. I will talk to her to know what your over-dramatic self told her, to make her angry with you. You can do this, Ryan. I can. I'm your friend. She will listen to... She's no more, Ryan. A lone tear left from his eyes. No more. Ryan's breath hitched, listening to this. She never imagined Eva would left so soon. She's gone, Ryan. She's gone. Ryan hugged him tightly without caring about his state. She just wanted to console him, being there for her love. It's been days since Taehyung is staying with his parents. From then, Ryan came to know Eva passed away due to heart attack. Ryan cursed the fate for being so cruel. Eva and Taehyung was about to get married, and this happened. It's really devastating. Ryan could not stand to see Taehyung's condition. He was drinking all day, locked in his room. His parents tried to help him, but it's like he didn't have the will to help himself. At afternoon, Ryan was at her room doing her painting for an exhibition. This was helping her to calm her down and to think any other way to help Taehyung. At this time, her phone rang. Seeing his mom calling her, she immediately picked up the phone. "Hello, Auntie. Dear Eva." Taehyung's colleague called him something regarding his leave from the hospital. You know, right? Taehyung is no state to go there and handle it. So me and your uncle are going. Until we came back, please look after him. I have made his dinner. You have to force him to eat unless... Yes, Auntie, I am understanding. I will check on him. We will be back by tomorrow evening. Take care, Aunt. You too, dear. The call ended. At the evening, Ryan went to his house to give him food. He was still drinking. "Have you dinner, Taehyung?" She snatched the bottle from his hand. Taehyung looked at her. "Eva," he smiled happily. "I have been waiting for you. Where have you been all day?" "I am not Eva, Taehyung." He came near her and touched her face lovingly. "I was missing these eyes, Eva, where you hold this much love for me." Tears formed in Ryan's eyes. "I am not Eva, Taehyung. Please, eat your food. If I eat, then you will not leave, right?" Shining heavily, she shook her head. Taehyung's face lit up, and he started to eat his food. Ryan wiped her eyes. "Why did you leave us, Era?" When he finished eating, Ryan started to go. Taehyung immediately held her hands, stopping her. "Where are you going, Eva? You promised not to leave me." He cupped her face and kissed her forehead. "I am not going to let you leave again, Eva." He started to kiss all over her face lovingly. "Please, don't do this, Taehyung. I am Ryan. I am feeling lonely without you, Eva." Lone tears leapt from his eyes, breaking Ryan's heart into pieces. "Be with me, Eva. Be with me." He leaned closer to her lips. Pain was clearly visible on his face. No lover wants to see her love this much vulnerable. "Don't leave me, Eva. Don't." He pressed her lips on hers. Feeling her not reacting, he pulled away. "Don't you want me, Eva?" This was the last drink for Ryan. The pain she was seeing on Taehyung's face was far more than the pain she was feeling that time. She felt like she would do everything to make it gone. She was ready to bear all the consequences to ease his pain, even pretend to be the woman he wants. She could do anything to feel him better. She finally gave in and offered everything to her love. Leaning towards him, she kissed him. He smiled through it. "I love you, Eva. I love you so much." With tears in her eyes, she said, "I love you." He wiped her tears and took her on his bed. Ryan wiped her tears, looking at peacefully sleeping Taehyung. During their union, he whispers numerous "I love you" to her. She knew all this was for Eva. She imagined Eva at her place. After a long time, she saw him this much relieved. "I'm sorry, Taehyung. Maybe you would never forgive me. I couldn't bear the pain on your face." She started to get up from the bed, but he held her. "Don't leave me, Eva. Maybe I can stay a little longer with him." She leaned closer to him and kissed his forehead, then rested her head on his chest. His heartbeat was normal. After a while, she slept off, thinking what if she has lost everything. For this moment, she could do anything for him. Vian woke up with a jerk, saw room was filled with sunlight. Then her eyes fell on a furious Taehyung. He got up from the bed and started to wear his clothes. "You are disgusting, Vian." Vian was seeing him in his sense after a long time. Yesterday, Ella, please. She wanted to tell him why she did that yesterday, but nothing was coming from her mouth. "You know, right? I love Eva. How could you, Vian? How could you?" Just shut up, Eva. Just shut up. I was not in my senses, but you were. Still, you let that happen. Were you this much desperate to have me? After Eva, you thought you can take her place, right? Tears brimmed in her eyes. "You are misunderstanding." "No, I'm not. Get out." "I said, get out." She flinched and got up from the bed with the duvet around her body. While she was taking her clothes, she heard him saying, "Never come back, Vian. Never. You disgust me. You let me betray my Eva." Next day, Vian was lying on her bed lifelessly. Tears were no longer flowing from her eyes. Her phone rang. "Hello? It's me, Vian, Taehyung's mom." "Yes, auntie. Have you talked with him?" "No. Don't know how, but he didn't drink today. He even went to the addiction center." "That's good news, auntie. Yeah, I hope everything goes well." After disconnecting the call, Vian thought, "You don't want me to take advantage of your state again. That's why you want to be in your senses, right?" Tears flowing from her eyes. 2 months later, Vian was looking at her painting aimlessly. "Vian, everything is okay, right? You were not looking like always." She just nodded. Her mom sighed. In these 2 months, her daughter was not like here with them. It's just her body, not her soul. It broke Vian's parents' heart. They couldn't conclude the reason behind this change. Her mom kissed her forehead. "Taehyung has come to meet you." After that day, it's the first time he approached her. "Then send him here." Her mom nodded, and after some time, Taehyung came. "I am going back to rejoin hospital." She nodded, thinking he might apologize for his behavior now, but that never came. "If something unwanted happens, contact me." Saying this, he went from there without waiting for a reply. At first, she thought he was talking about his parents. Later, she understood his meaning. Tears formed in her eyes. "If something unwanted happens, I will never contact you. Never."